It's WWE Basic Ladies Night once again with Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, and Liv Morgan. Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel unboxing and review. And today, it's a special Ladies Night Basic unboxing as we got Lacey Evans, we've got Liv Morgan, and we've got Nikki Cross. But remember, for all your WWE Mattel wrestling figure needs, hit up Wrestling Collectors Shop, use discount code Kyle10 and Kyle to save. But today, like I said, Ladies Night, we're taking a look at a few basics of characters we've had elites from in the past. We'll compare those as well later on the video, as we always do. But we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's start it off, and we'll do it in order. 110, we're headed to Liv Morgan. Now, I've had these basics for a long time. I usually don't get after my basics. There's always stuff that gets me more excited to unbox first. But we're finally at a time where I found some time. Hey, let's knock some of these basics out. We always do 3 or 4 basics in a video, as you guys have seen on the channel. But Liv Morgan, this was an absolutely phenomenal basic and a very strong one from the word go. Looking great with that pink hair going on. Remember the Riot Squad? Oh, we'll never forget the Riot Squad. So many memories. We got Liv Morgan from that time frame, and we do know Liv Morgan did have an elite, and I'm sure, well, she's had 2 elites, I should say, and well, I'm sure we're going to get another elite sometime in 2022. I'd be shocked if we don't. We got Liv Morgan there. There she is, looking only like a Liv Morgan could look if she had pink hair at the time, which she did. And then you got the figure WWE logo, of course. On the back, we're cross-selling. We're always promoting. We got John Cena. We got Kofi Kingston. We've got Liv Morgan. We got Finn Balor. And we've got Mike Kanellis, Mike Bennett. Very funny story about this one, and it's been long enough. I'll tell the story now. A little insider info. My buddy is a promoter of wrestling here in the Midwest, and he had Mike Kanellis come in for a seminar, and he called me up and said, hey, Kyle, any interest of Mike Kanellis coming to your house? He's looking for some footage for his YouTube channel and stuff like that. And would you be opposed to him coming over, taking a tour of your collection and stuff like that? And I just had gotten his basic figure, and I was planning on unboxing it. And I said, well, this works out perfect. He can come shoot whatever he wants at my place, but then he could sit at the table and actually review the figure with me. Oh boy, wouldn't that have been a great video? Well, long story short, a huge blizzard hit the Midwest, ice storms, all this kind of stuff. He got here just in time for the training seminar and then was on his way. He lost a day of travel. Unfortunately, lost the tour, lost the chance at unboxing, but that would have been a pretty cool thing. But Mother Nature had other ideas. So there's a little insider baseball, what could have been, and we'll see. You never know. There might be a wrestler at this table one day, and we'll unbox their figure together. Hopefully I don't have to throw it under the bus in front of them, but hey, stranger things have happened. But let's get Liv Morgan out of the package here, see what's going on. And I always forget, the basics, you always go through the bottom. You got to be a professional. Got to be a professional, Kyle. Through the bottom on the basics. Liv Morgan, see you later. And there it goes. This is still a little bit older as we get the full plastic prison on these, where now the basics have the half plastic prison. But there's old Liv. I really do like this look here. Liv, oh, there goes Nikki Cross. She's falling over. Pull Liv out. See you later up high. Goodbye. I really do like this incarnation of Liv Morgan. Very, very cool here. The pink hair really brings this one to the next level. It really, really does pop. Very, very good looking figure. Like this a lot. Got her Riot Squad gear, Riot Squad top going on. I got the stars down her leg, looking really good, like a young macho man here. And then she's got Live is Life all the way around, kind of like a belt going on. I will say the paint is not perfect here. We got some scratches on the back, of course, that you can see very easily. And then white and black is always a color that is very tough to match. There's always some mistakes in there. This is no different. So there's some spots here and there. She does have ankle articulation side to side. Down here, the boot articulation, but the white boots, nice black tennis shoelaces on there. Articulation-wise, you got single-jointed basic knees, of course. A little bit of mobility in the legs, where we know some of these basics are so stiff out of the package, almost unplayable, really. And then you get the hands that move around, of course, the single-jointed elbows, and then you get the shoulders that go all around. So it's going to be the same for all these basics, I assume. But very, very cool look on here. Just a fabulous, fabulous basic. Obviously, to me, one of the best basics in the last couple of years from Mattel, especially as far as females go. This is a slam dunk, and it's getting a lot of reuse out of her Elite. Now, her first Elite, if you guys remember way back 2-3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, it was a Target exclusive. Very, very difficult to track down, unfortunately. So not everybody got this one. This one's a little bit more superior, but I could see a lot of people switching the heads on these. If you want pink on here, maybe, you could do that. But very, very strong figures on both ends. Getting the same head sculpt on this basic that we got in the Elite, I think is just smart business sense by Mattel. Get the most out of your molds. You guys know how we always do it. If I had to choose, I would take the Elite, just a little bit more color apps, a little bit more accessories, but I really do like this pink hair. I think this really does take this figure to the next level, and it gives me a strong recommendation. I gotta think this one's fairly hard to find now. This one wasn't really hanging around a lot. Like a lot of basics you see forever. This one, not the case. This is a very, very strong Liv Morgan figure, and you can't go wrong with it. So I recommend it. If you don't have it, try to track it down. Maybe you can still get a deal on this one, and you definitely need it if you don't have this one, if you're looking to complete your Riot Squad, which I, of course, did. So there you go. All right, we're going to put these over here because next we're looking at Nikki Cross. Yes, little Nikki Cross. There she is in happier times. As we know, she is a bad girl now. I got to think 2022 might be the year of Nikki Cross. I have to assume we're going to get an Elite of her, almost a superhero version. I think there's no doubt in my mind, and I'm going to be here for it. I love superheroes. I love masked, I almost said masked creatures, but I love masked characters. She's going to look good. I can't wait for that one. It's one of the newer wrestlers we have to look forward to. With all the roster cuts over the last year from the WWE, there's not a lot of current stuff to look forward to, at least where I'm thinking. It's all legends, 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 with the occasional Matt Riddle thrown in or a really cool thing every once in a while. But this is one of those things from a current superstar I'd like to see, and hopefully that is the case and we do get her. But this is more of a plain Jane before she was almost a superhero. So very cool. And we'll show it to her Elite here in a second, which is totally different, of course, as part of her time in Sanity in NXT. And we'll show that in a second here. But you got her smiling face right there, WWE logo, Nikki Cross, all that stuff. On the back, Series 111, you got Jeff Hardy, you got Bray Wyatt, you got Kevin Owens, you got Eric Rowan. I did pick up that Eric Rowan. I thought that was a very good figure. Actually, another story. I did an unboxing with my daughter, Elle. She said, Dad, I really want to do an unboxing video. I really want to do an unboxing. So I said, okay, let's do it. We'll do this basic one together. And poor Elle didn't have anything to say. She just sat here, and every time I'd ask her a question, she just shrugged her shoulders. She don't know. I said, you know, if you're going to do a video, you got to talk a little bit. So we just scrapped that video. We just opened them, and that video will never see the light of day. It could be an outtake one day, maybe. We'll see. But anyways, almost went through the top. Got to go through the bottom. See what all the fuss is about this Nikki Cross. See you later. This is one of those ones that's going to go in my female detolf, but probably towards the back, as this is kind of a transitional gimmick, I guess you would say, with her a little bit. Maybe you put her next to Alexa Bliss, you give her a tag team title belt, something like that. This was representing that time when she was tag team partners with Alexa Bliss, which I guess you can't say that's a transitional. You can't sweep that totally under the rug. She had a pretty good run with Alexa Bliss as a friend and foe, and tag team champion and stuff like that. So that was a good run for her. I shouldn't downplay it. See you later. Some would say they like it more than the Almost Superhero, I'm very sure. I know not everybody likes that. Very stiff joints, as we're used to on the basics, but very Alexa Bliss type gear going on here. You got the pinks and blue. It says Nikki down the front of her shirt. A lot of paint apps on this one as well. The hair did rub off a little bit of paint, which we do see. She's got a little bit of that Sheamus paint job, Sheamus skin tone, I should say. Very, very light, pale skin. She does have that going on. She looks a little depressed in the face, too, but it definitely looks like Nikki Cross to me when I look at this. I say, yeah, that's Nikki Cross. I know who that is. I'm sure she fits on a stand here. Fits like a glove if needed. She's also not messing around, as she came with 2 fists. She is 2-fisted fury. She's like 5 feet tall, but she will punch your lights out. Good for her. On the back, there's no decor in that square there. It looks a little strange with just nothing there, but it is what it is. And then the bottom half just black with a little painted on tear in her pants. Not a ton of bells and whistles to this figure, but we didn't get an Elite version of this. We've gotten quite a few Alexa Blisses. You put this next to Alexa Bliss, you give each of them a tag team title, and I think you're cooking with gas. At least from where I sit, which you guys know, right here at this table. But there's old Nikki Cross with her old Sanity gimmick, going way back to the NXT days. I mean, really groundbreaking NXT days. I loved NXT back then. I was a big fan of NXT. I mean, I still watch it. It's not quite the same, but some guys are growing on me here and there. There's a few things to like. My boy Walter, I'm not going to call him Gunter yet. Not yet. He's still Walter to me. Just like Riddle's still Matt Riddle. Malachi Black is still Aleister Black. I'm just not giving up. I need to change my vocabulary. But those are some of my favorites, and I hate it when their names get changed. It just drives me nuts. You know, if Ultimate Warrior was wrestling today, they would have dropped the Ultimate. He'd just be Warrior, which I guess would work fine, but neither here nor there. But Sanity and Alexa Bliss tag team partner, two very strong ones. We need the almost a superhero. I would not be shocked if we don't see something around WrestleMania time frame. And who knows? This video, of course, dropping very early on my Patreon. I'll stick it into the usual YouTube schedule. By the time you see this video, they might have already announced the WrestleMania stuff. I guess it just depends where this one ends up landing. But very cool. I'm here for it. I'm glad I picked this one up. And I feel like you can rarely go wrong on a basic at about $10. Sometimes cheaper if you find some sales out there. We've seen videos in my Friday Toy Hunts where we found basics for $3. I really feel like you can't go wrong at that price point. At worst case scenario, you donate them to Toys for Tots and you go off that way. So there you go. Final one, last but not least, Series 119, we got Lacey Evans. And now she was also the chase in this set. And I said to myself, I don't care which one. I'm just going to get one of them, whichever one I see first. I saw the yellow one, so I went with that over the red. So I'm good with that. But Lacey Evans, a little bit of a stranger in the last year. She's probably been gone about at least a year, if not more at this time. I would not be shocked to see her debut the night after WrestleMania, possibly. Coming back with a vengeance, as she did give birth to, I believe, another daughter, something like that. But she was setting the world on fire. Her and Charlotte Flair had quite the feud, but right at the very end of her time before she announced her pregnancy. But I'm sure Lacey Evans will be back with a vengeance sometime after WrestleMania. That's just what my gut tells me. But the packaging, we know it, we love it. We've seen it with these two, so you know what's going on here. On the back, we've got Triple H. I still have not unboxed that Triple H, and we also have that bald Shawn Michaels. I'll do that basic video one of these days as well. Stay tuned for that. You got John Cena, no stranger to any line. Is that Randy Orton and Dominic Dijakovic? We unboxed Dominic on the channel, I believe. We'll see if he ever gets a regular elite in that gimmick. I don't know if he'll ever return to that gimmick. He's just a retribution man, I guess, at this point. So it is what it is. But there's the back. Let's see what's going on with the figure inside. 119, see you later. This might have been the set where they started the less plastic. Very possibly. Very possible. So there she is in the plastic prison. Pull her off. See you later. I don't know exactly why I bought this, as she does have an Elite figure that is extremely solid. If you don't have that Elite, I recommend you get that one. Might as well grab it right here, right now. Nice soft goods handkerchief. She's got a hat. She's got a dress on her. Very, very cool. Very patriotic a little bit. Southern Belle patriotic action going on there. And this is more of your wrestler gear, which that is too if you remove it, but a little bit dumbed down, a little bit smaller. But I still like it. I think I really did like her character at the time. I felt it fit in. It felt different. She did a good job in NXT, I felt. Probably not for everybody, but I thought she was different enough. Just wasn't lost in the shuffle, at least in Kyle's brain. And I'd say that's a good way to be at that point. But it is Lacey Evans. I think the head sculpt on this is probably the exact same. Yeah, it is. It's the exact same head, just a little bit less detailed paint apps. One thing I don't like, which I know they're going to always do this, but the painted on like top, it just really looks painted on, and that really hurts a lot of these basic figures in the long run. But I understand that they're basics, they're geared toward kids, stuff like that. So it is what it is. You put your business hat on, you kind of understand it a little bit more that way. But still a solid figure. And like I said, I just picked up the yellow one. I could have got the red one. Neither are really, really hard to find, at least in my area. Off the shelves now, but at the time. So there it is. We got Liv Morgan, we got Nikki Cross, and we've got Lacey Evans. What are your thoughts on these three? Did you pick any of these up? Did you pass on all of them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I think very solid for female figures. You can't beat these. They were must-haves for me, and that's why I picked them up. But let me know your comments down below. Make sure you give this video the old thumbs up. You made it this far, you might as well. Subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell. Follow along on Patreon where you can see this video and tons of other videos weeks, if not months, earlier than YouTube. So it is worth it, and plenty of other stuff on the Patreon as well to make it worth your time. So check those out. And then you can get a hold of me if you need to at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So ladies' night basic unboxing. I am Kyle. see you guys all real soon.